2000 Ford Contour. It's got all the HPs. So many HPs.
It's 110.
They spelled HP wrong on it. So many HPs.
Variable cam timing, VCT.
Why not?
Right?
So, 3 weeks ago, the temp gauge stuck down, and the assumption was that a sending unit was bad. Then, I drove it for a week just to kind of test it out. Plus, transmission's a little iffy right now. Anyway, and the gauge does move,
Barely.
but barely. So when it's chilly and you're sitting in there and you're driving to your daily driver job, it's chilly.
Daily driver job?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So
What is he talking
we
about? What is he
are
talking?
gonna get a thermostat, and thankfully on this, we're pretty sure that's the thermostat, having never messed with one on this before. And with 138,000-ish.
Yeah.
So we've got a thermostat coming from the O'Reilly and a couple of O-ring gaskets. Trying to figure out which one is for the housing, which one is for the thermostat. I just ordered all of them, and then we'll bring the bits and pieces with us, and we'll go from there. So, pretty sure it's stuck open. It'll be a real nice test. Pull it out. We'll be able to see if it's stuck open. So, maybe we'll just put some JB Weld on it, half closed. Half closed. And we'll go from there. So, we have to go in about an hour and do that. So we'll get this out, bring the old parts with. Always a good idea. And we'll see what happens. By the way, 3 volts for the thermostat. Housing, they're 8 or 10?
They're
8 mil. We got a pan underneath to catch. By the way, it snowed. We brought the car in, so she's wet. We're drying it out. That's where our water's coming from, but we're gonna see what's what. So, get the housing loose. There's your thermostat. And now we just gotta wiggle her out of there and kind of see what we got going on. Looking at the housing, I don't see any O-ring on the inside or the outside of that guy. So it's all in there somewhere. And I feel a rubber ring. Oh, she's coming loose. Hope we're catching some of that down there. Oh yeah, right in the right first time. So there's our thermostat. It sure looks like it's closed now. We're gonna have to get the flamethrower on her and see what she does. But so it comes out. So typically in like a small block Chevy or whatever, thermostat sits like this, open to the top, and this one open this way. And it has a little, this will let your air go by if you have air trapped in your cooling system. That's a nice, I want to make sure your thermostats have that. If they don't, we'll go ahead and drill like a 1/16 hole just to do that. Okay, new parts on the way. So here is the old thermostat. Gasket runs around the outside. That housing down there is like plastic composite. Oop, just plugs in. New one. O'Reilly has Murray. If you want to get an OEM, I think it's 195, 192. That's the part number for that. And then the gasket for the thermostat is right there. Fel Pro, here's your number for that. So that's the only gasket on that housing is right there. So we're putting that guy right back in where it was. Just a couple of bolts to snug that tight. And then we add some water back in there.
Oh, we don't need that. Oh, she's...
And the only thing we moved is the one, see that little tube? Goes right to the pressure tank. That's the only other thing that we moved off the housing is that tube that goes right on the top right there. So pretty easy repair, thankfully, on these. We're in the action cam right now. Hold on. So temp gauge, it's coming up. It is coming up, people. So 2000 Ford Contour, we picked it up with under 100,000, and now it's at 138, 139.
It's at 139, 139, 432, I think. 352. Sorry.
One of those. Maybe it had 89,000. We could look it up. We got the bucks. But this absolute unitage, we put not much into it. So it goes to show you that even 25-year-old technology can do things. By the way, we actually got snow earlier. In the last 24 hours, we got about 5-ish inches. And a couple days before that, we got a couple, but it blew like crazy. So there's some places where the swamps and the fields are empty, and there's some places where the swamps and fields had driftiness. But look at that. Look at that temp gauge doing. Oh, it's supposed to get cold again this week. And since I'll be driving this, we need to do a thermostat. So $13 for thermostat, $7 for gasket. We're in the zone. Auto zone. And so does